Hey, it's Osman with House Einstein. I'm here at 1457 Periwinkle to do a client preview. This little video as I'm driving to the listing should give you a sense of what the neighborhood feels like. And there's very little reason for cars to be on this street unless the people that are here live in the neighborhood. There's a little pocket park, and you can see views over to the mountains, over to the foothills.
Kind of guidance that might end.
Oops, hit the radio button. Okay, let's do a little circuit. I think I may have already driven past the house actually. Nope, I did not. The actual house is up this one way. Well, it's not one way. Up this cul-de-sac, this narrow shared driveway where there's a row of homes. And what you almost certainly won't see in a listing photo is what's on the other side of the fence, which is actually Lucky's. So you can hear the sound of Lucky's in the background, the air compressor going on over in the parking lot, and you can also see the traffic behind the house. And the map that they put online, it looked like it was a lot farther back, but it appears it is not. So this gives you a sense that you're basically right up against the house. As my client expected, this location is absolutely impacted by the traffic noise and the proximity to Broadway. Ooh, I gotta watch my step getting out to the back, but you can hear the traffic noise, and you can actually head right out the gate, which is convenient that you can access it from the back corner, but also puts you right onto Broadway. There's a good argument that as electric vehicles come through and traffic noise starts to drop, that it'll be less impactful, but you can clearly hear it in the background as I'm shooting video. And also there's the Lucky's parking lot directly opposite. All right, so there are some other people looking at the house. We're going to try to avoid getting them in the frame. There's a view of the front patio. There's the garage with the carriage house that the listing agent says should comply with the upcoming ADU rules. We'll check those and verify. Okay, so let's head down this way. All right, the layout is such that there's a hallway off to the left and there's a bedroom. Actually a pretty decent sized bedroom. That looks like a full-size bed. With accompanying closet, and that might even be a queen-size bed. No, I think that's a full. Okay. This is likely the master. Again, another full-size bed, nicely staged. Or perhaps these are the belongings of the owner, but gives you a sense of the layout. And looking at vaulted ceilings, nice tall open space. The owner was nice enough to leave the lights on for us. So narrow hallway with likely washer dryer. Yep. good spot. So no stairs to climb. Then you're looking at a full bath. Carpets look like they could use some stretching. Probably a new owner would want to replace them anyway, but this is actually the master, and you can see how it has direct access to the patio again, vaulted ceilings, and a very large, well, moderately sized master closet. So for sure that other room was the guest room, and there is attic access that probably has some storage up there. This is the master 3/4 bath. Looks like there's maybe some signs of some leakage there. We'd want to take a closer look at that on inspection. There's the driveway. And we're going to continue through. And you can hear the other people doing their showing. They're off in that first bedroom off on the left. Okay, this is the third bedroom. Fronts right onto the patio. Patio is open to the neighbors. Okay, so that's the front door we came in on. If you were to have turned right, you would have walked into the living area, so not a bad entranceway. Again, tall ceilings. This is reasonable space for 4, maybe 5 people to entertain. And it curves around to the kitchen, an eat-in kitchen. So these floors almost certainly you're going to want to refinish. They look like they're at that point. Perhaps it's the dog there. I'll take a quick gander. Well, one thing this house has no shortage of is decks. They wrap all the way around, create some nice outdoor dining spaces. Okay. That's the coat closet as you walk in. Take a look in the garage and see if this has feasibility as a knock knock.
Come on in.
Oh, all right. I'm doing a little video for my clients that are remote. All right. So, seller's home. We're just going to take a peek in the garage. Looks like a standard 2-car garage. Maybe a little extra space, maybe a touch of extra space. All right, so that wraps up the showing. I chatted a little bit with the seller, and she pointed out that I asked her about the ADU rules, and she pointed out that her listing agent's on council, which, and she's the one that said it should comply with the new ADU rules that are set to come into effect. And given that she voted to approve them, I think that's probably correct. Still, it's a trust but verify situation. As with all real estate deals, buyers should always verify that the house works for what they want to use it for or what their expansion plans call for. This particular house is interesting. It feels a little smaller than the square footage that is on the MLS, but I think that's largely because of how big the master bedroom is and the square footage that's over the garage being counted. And ultimately, the location is probably the bigger concern, and for some buyers, being that close to Broadway just isn't going to work out. But for others, particularly if they're from cities with a lot more traffic than Boulder, it's not going to be a big deal. And access to that retail plaza is actually a plus. Lucky's is a pretty popular place with several restaurants, a cafe, a diner, a bakery. It's a popular option in the neighborhood. And they've even opened a second location in South Boulder. There's a Lucky's now in Longmont, and I think the news says there's a new Lucky's going into Denver. So Lucky's is sort of a super premium but a little more local feeling grocery store like Whole Foods, and with adjacent shops, additional shops that sell their goods. So that's about it for this house tour, and we are off to an office meeting. I'll get this uploaded. Because we're saying things that are not entirely 100% cheery about the house, I'll most likely publish this video after it goes under contract and sells, because we try to be sensitive to sellers as they're trying to list and market their homes. All right, enjoy. Have a great day.